discussing the necessity of competent leadership in the Army. Introduction. In the Army, leadership plays a crucial role since its functioning depends on the responsibility of the leaders. The Army needs capable commanders to deal with and respond to security challenges successfully. In this regard, leaders in the Army must be intelligent and quick and adapt to different circumstances. Thus, the Army leader is the one who has been given responsibility for running the institution. Their obligations include inspiring people and creating conditions for achieving organizational goals. As leaders in other fields, military leaders are focused on maintaining and influencing the soldiers in the institution. They affect the formation of decisions necessary for the good of the institution. Moreover, they impact the train of thought of military personnel to comply with the Army regulations. Commanders must provide the necessary training to empower soldiers to use critical thinking. This is essential that subordinates do not always rely on clear instructions and guidance for any action. The approach depends on the fact that no situation can be fully simulated. In this case, leaders take calculated and essential risks, recognizing the right of soldiers to make a mistake. Thus, Army leadership includes history, loyalty, founding documents, accountability, and evolution to function successfully. Discussion. The Army must have a solid foundation on which leadership is based. Thus, the commander's authority depends on the history and loyalty to the Constitution of the country they defend. Moreover, leadership in the Army requires accountability to the rules and the adherence and development of Army doctrine. Leaders are not only responsible for their performance and competence, but they are also needed to train soldiers. The Army has organized founding documents that everyone, including soldiers and leaders, should be familiar with. According to the Army regulations, the institution and its main requirements for leadership stem from democratic foundations. Additionally, it includes distinct values and specific standards of quality. However, the documents can be flexible due to the changes brought about by periodic constitutional amendments. Since the publication of the top charter, several modifications have been made to the Constitution. This is because the state is aging to the changes and demands of society. The Army is closely linked to the government in matters of leadership and operation. Congress has the right to support and sponsor the Army. At the same time, the Army undertakes to protect the state's territory and its sovereignty. The solemn oath reinforces this that military personnel take in favor of the country's Constitution. It includes following the rules and protecting the United States from internal and external enemies. Moreover, the military recognizes the President's power over the command of the armed forces. This ensures the understanding and submission of soldiers to authority from any superior side. Additionally, it assures the military to perform their assigned duties without fear. Thus, the relationship between the military and government organizations is conducted. In exercising their powers, leaders need to consider the emotional and physical condition of the soldiers. If the leader deals with exhausted subordinates, he needs to show loyalty. In addition, he must also show wisdom in commanding them, as they will carry out all his orders. In addition, commanders must consider that they are examples for their subordinates. Thus, they must have authority and be role models to show the importance of leaders. The requirements for the leading forces of the Army include many factors. Empathy, loyalty, and upholding the values of the state emphasizes competence as a successful leader. Thus, 3 classes of core competencies can be distinguished in the Army. They are based on the ability to lead, develop, and achieve goals. Presence can help enhance the authority and quality of leadership in the Army. This phenomenon lies in the fact that leaders are successful and influential if they have specific attributes. Moreover, this means that the leading forces must improve their presence in the Army. In this case, the presence is not actual and does not mean the person needs to be seen. This fact signifies qualitative changes in the organization that the commander introduces. Thus, leaders can show their compliance with this criterion in many ways. This approach includes demonstrating competence in managing subordinates, showing self-confidence, and stress resistance. At the same time, factors such as conceit, high expectations, and unforeseen orders are excluded. Moreover, the leader's intelligence also influences the formation of the organization. Therefore, all these factors affect the success of the army and the emotional stability of subordinates. Conclusion. In conclusion, the arguments given in the essay demonstrated the need for leadership in the army. Subordinates become more effective, being under the responsibility of successful and competent leaders. This happens due to the adoption of experience and knowledge gained from the commander. Moreover, leaders in the army must meet specific requirements and have the necessary qualities. Thus, the leader is characterized by appropriate abilities and competencies. Therefore, the military will be a well-coordinated organization with the proper selection of leaders.